Hello everyone, this is another one of our series of short videos on cofactors that we're encountering throughout the quarter here in BIS103. This video is on biotin, a cofactor that we just encountered in lecture 7 on gluconeogenesis. So I want to give you a bit of an overview of what biotin is. Here highlighted is its structure as the cofactor in itself. You don't have to recognize or memorize the structure. Keep in mind that much like lipoamide, for example, or FAD, it's an enzyme-bound cofactor. And what it does, what its basic function is, and that's really what I want you to remember, is it's a one-carbon carrier. And in most cases, it will carry carbon dioxide functional groups. To do so, it requires ATP. So right here at this nitrogen function here in the ring, this can actually, with energy from hydrolysis of ATP, take on carbon dioxide and transfer this carbon dioxide functional group over to another molecule. This is really the base function of biotin that I want you to remember. It is one of our vitamins, it's vitamin B7, but we're in luck actually. Even though we cannot make it, we do usually not need to get it through our diet because actually our intestinal microbes are doing the job. In most cases, our intestinal microbes actually that are capable of producing this compound supply us with sufficient amounts of this cofactor. It's a very common cofactor. It actually functions in a number of different reactions. In our case here, as part of BIS103, we'll see it in gluconeogenesis, GNG in lecture 7, but also in some of the upcoming lectures as part of fatty acid biosynthesis, as well as a breakdown of some of our amino acids. Just as a little bit of food for thought around biotin, it actually could think of it also in a cofactor when you want to think about muscle gain, right? Back in the day, a lot of people would eat raw eggs to get protein for muscle gain. This image here is actually from a recent YouTube video that I found, so apparently people are still suggesting it. But I would ask you to be aware that raw eggs actually contain a whole lot of this protein here called avidin. And avidin very strongly binds biotin. So if you have too much raw egg, too much avidin, you could actually be at risk of having a lot of your biotin be bound in the protein and to run into a biotin deficiency. Right? So be aware, if you want to use raw eggs, apart from the issue of salmonellas, you might run into a biotin deficiency because all your avidin is actually binding the biotin. I often get asked what happens if I boil or fry my eggs. In this case, you largely should be fine because, right, if you heat your eggs, you should be denaturing most of the avidin protein, but avidin is actually really strong and it's not easily denatured. So you want to sort of really boil your eggs or fry them for longer to get rid of all the avidin to avoid this particular issue. Just as a fun fact and some food for thought.